Hi, welcome to Apnao Conversations. I am Pearl Ganta and today we'll be talking to Dr. Selvi. Dr. Selvi is a legal academician and consultant. She received her PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University in International Law. She's working on interface between international trade, environment and human rights laws. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me to talk about an important topic which is ignored by the public debate. So thank you so much for initiating this conversation.
According to research, it is estimated that 17 million abortions take place in India every year. Out of this, what percent is sex-selected abortions? What percent of abortions happen when they find out it's a baby girl?
See, the 17 million is only an estimation. It could be more. And when it comes to female feticide or feticide in itself, it is too huge. It's not even talked about. It is not in a conversation, right? Now, whatever it is, whether it is female feticide or any other feticide, who is going to get affected is the women. Now, if we take women, we can categorize women into categories: the married women, unmarried women, right? So now, the person who gets most affected is the unmarried girls. They rape victims, incest relationships, then boyfriends just leaves them, married men lure young girls, make them pregnant. So this is one category of women. For them, there is nothing female feticide or anything like that. It is just feticide. It is only the married people where certain communities who don't regard women, women as a burden, girls, child as a burden. So they go in for female feticide as such. But in general, the entire burden falls on women, be it girl, married women. It is they who go through enormous trauma, physically, mentally. They have to live with morbidity throughout their life after the abortion. Pearl, this is the scenario which is there in India.
Now, preconception and prenatal diagnostic techniques, that what you call as PCP NDT Act of 1994, is an act of the Parliament of India enacted to stop female feticide and arrest the declining sex ratio in India. The act banned prenatal sex determination. Is there any other law to protect an unborn girl child?
Yes, the law has been liberalized. We are living in a liberalized, globalized, corporatized world today. We are living in a market economy. When the Indian Penal Code was drafted in 1860, there is no word fetus there. It uses the word women carrying a child. It was a child from the time of conception itself. Anyone causes intentionally abortion. Now, they don't even use the word abortion. Miscarriage, intentionally causing miscarriage is punished. This is what the law is in 1860 when this law was drafted. And this is what was going on. It is always considered to be a child till 1971. Before that, because these medical professionals, when people go for abortion, they refuse because this is a punishable offense. It's a criminal offense to abort, cause a woman to miscarry. Both the woman who is going for abortion is punished, and the person, the medical fraternity, where they would deny doing it because it is a punishable offense. Because of that, many unsafe abortions were taking place. Like from this 17 million abortions. There were around more than 60% or so is unsafe abortions. They have to do it not in the medical facility. They have any other means they would do it. So that is when they had appointed a Shantilal committee. The Shantilal committee recommended that abortion should be legalized, so to say, up to 12 weeks. Up to 12 weeks it is legalized when the law came in 1971. It is called medical termination of pregnancy. Right? So they are not using the word abortion or induced miscarriage. They are using the word medical termination of pregnancy. Right? So this is the first step they have taken in liberalizing abortion. So this is 1971. 2002, there is another amendment to this MTP Act 1971 was amended in 2002. Then 2014, Indian government is coming out with another amendment to it in order to liberalize further. So now they came out with, okay, you can, abortion is further liberalized from 12 weeks to 20 weeks to 24 weeks. Up to 24 weeks, abortion is legal. And women's organizations, they hailed it as something which is giving, right to choice for women. Like that, they hailed it. I said, where is the choice? Choice comes when you have many things in your place, given to you, and you choose one thing. That is choice. But women, they don't have a choice. The moment a girl gets pregnant, maybe from incest or rape or a boyfriend just ditches her, what choice she has? The only choice she has is abortion. She don't have the alternative choice. What is the alternative? The law is not giving her protection. Yes, a girl who got pregnant, whether she can keep the baby, whether she can after delivering the baby, whether she has the choice to keep the baby with herself or to give the child for adoption. The parents of the girl, they want her to go for abortion. The boyfriend want her to go for abortion. The society wants us to go for abortion. The industry where she belongs also want her to go for abortion. Nobody is telling her to keep the baby, give birth to the baby, live a life, a dignified life as a single mother. The society is not allowing. So she has actually have no choice.
Ma'am, what are the options for women who want to keep their child? For me personally, I think that every child is precious, but not everybody has the advantage or the support system where they can keep the child. Is there a support system, or can we create a support system?
Support system by the government is very, very far and few. Okay. In Tamil Nadu, when Jayalalitha government was there, she had a, a scheme for Tottil system. She kept the cradle in medical facilities. If they don't want the child, they can just leave the child in that cradle. So this is a cradle scheme. It was there. So that is one option which is there. So such options should be available. But when the child is born, the child has to live in shelter homes or whatever orphanages they have. The child does not get an environment, family environment. So we need to have NGOs or people to encourage them to adopt children. That is one. If a mother wants to keep the child, the government should give some financial support. Any industry where women are working, the thing is she wants to advance in her career. When she has a child, there's no, when you have a child, even when we are married, when we give birth, we have our people come over, help us, give birth, you need to have such kind of a support system, without which it is very difficult, right? Such support system should be provided for that women to exercise that right to keep the child and not to abort the child. There is this organization called Jeevan. So they are helping such women. They are counseling them, giving them counsel with respect to when you keep the baby, when you abort the baby, what are the consequences on your health. And if you want to keep the baby and deliver, they are helping them to give the child in for adoption. So that choice is given to her. There are instances, in one instance where this organization was helping a girl. She gave birth. After giving birth, seeing the child's face, she don't want to give up the baby for adoption. She said, I want to give the baby with myself. And she is living as a single mother. And this organization is helping her in supporting her in every way. Women's organization should come forward to for her to exercise that right of delivering the child and bring up the child.
Can you give us some practical points or practical things that we can do to help mothers and help the child be born, especially, or even after a child is born, a girl child? Just some quick practical tips.
We need to walk with those women. She is the most vulnerable woman. Women are vulnerable, but a pregnant woman, and especially unmarried pregnant woman, is very, very vulnerable. We need to come and walk with her to go through the difficulty of giving birth to a child. After that, helping her to bring up the child, or if she wants to give the child for adoption, we need to help. We need to create such society.
Thank you for telling us about this topic that really goes unspoken. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pearl. Thank you so much.
Every life is precious. My heart grieves to know that millions of babies are not given a chance to be born and to live their destiny. Now, I'm not judging anyone because I do understand there may be different circumstances why a child is being aborted, but I also know we can create a support system that will encourage families to see through a pregnancy. Now, won't you raise your hand and say, I want to help? Say that I want to come alongside a family or a woman or a girl or a couple who need help during pregnancy or after a baby is born. If you're a young girl watching this episode and you need help, connect with us or any women welfare centers or NGOs and ask for help. Don't shy. I want to encourage young men and families watching this episode. Please be strong. Allow your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter to carry a pregnancy and give a chance to the unborn baby to be born. Let us not shame or judge, but be willing to accept an unborn baby. Please continue the conversations. Share your comments and thoughts about this topic. Like Dr. Selvi said, we need to talk about this to bring a change and create a support system. So until next time, this is Pearl Ganta from Apnao Conversations. Nayi Sonj, Naya Jeevan.